Hello there! Today we're going to be making some really simple beer bread using homebrewed beer. So let's get started. First step is to pour about 12 ounces of a beer. After you've done that, pour about 12 more, but for the bread this time. I'm using a brown ale made with the same honey that I'm using in the bread, which I thought would pair pretty well. The ingredients we're using today are 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, a quarter cup of honey, a quarter cup of butter, and 1 12-ounce pour of beer. Before mixing anything together, I'll preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Then it's time to start with the dry ingredients. The flour, baking powder, and salt will be mixed together first, and then it's time to add in the liquid ingredients. Or less solid ingredients if you have honey that's as viscous as I do. The beer I chose to add was a brown ale, mainly for some complementary malty and honey flavors, but you could pretty much add any style, besides maybe a sour, although that could be good for sourdough, and admittedly I don't know a ton about bread. After struggling to mix all the ingredients together and washing my hands a couple dozen times, it's time to transfer our dough to a baking pan. I'm using a 9-inch by 5-inch bread pan and coating the inside with 1/8 of a cup of melted butter. Once you've coated your pan well enough to make Paula Deen proud, it's time to transfer the dough in. I'm going to spread it around into a nice even layer and then, you guessed it, add some more butter over top. This might seem like a lot of butter, and in reality, yeah, that's pretty much the point. Final step is to toss the beer bread into the oven at 350 degrees and bake it from 40 to 45 minutes. Once the top starts to look your preferred level of crispy, go ahead and pull your bread out and let it rest for a few minutes. At this point, your homebrewed honey beer bread is ready to enjoy. I was pretty pleased with how mine turned out. It had a nice internal texture and was a little crispy on the edges. You could really taste the honey, and I think I can imagine that I taste the beer. Most importantly, it was really easy to make. Maybe the second best use of a pint of homebrew I can think of. Cheers!